What is up, everybody? We are here for another hero ranking for this week's hero ranking. This week we are going to be talking about Storm and all of her cards. If you haven't seen, please go to the Digging Deep episode where I play her in all four aspects, which is a pretty good time. I think I lost two, maybe? I'm not quite sure. It was a few days ago. But regardless, we're still going to dive into this with the aspect. As a reminder, this is for mainly just, this is my opinion of the cards and of a solo playthrough, 4 games against Mansion Attack, so the cards could be different in different scenarios. It all depends. So let's jump right into it, and as always, we start with the hero card, Storm, which I put as a 3. It might be my first 3-1. It's Storm 1/2/1, Weather Control action. Swap your weather support and play with the support of your choice from the weather deck. Resolve the special ability in your weather support and play. Now this ability, this is great. Basically, maybe it should be a 4 because of what special, because you resolve the special ability every time you activate this. So basically, depending on what you switch it to, you could get 2 extra attacks, so it kind of becomes a 4 if you can attack with Storm, and you get 2 thwarts, so this could become a 3 thwart. You know, it all depends. Extra hand size, pretty much. So it's still good. I think I bumped it down to a 3 because her stats are that bad, but I can see now, actually, looking at the card and reading it, that it may be better, or this is the way this is made because this gives her so many other buffs from her weather deck. But we'll leave it at 3 because that's where I normally put it. Alter Ego, I put as a 2 on there. 3 cost recovery, begins the weather deck and setup. Choose a support from the weather deck and put it into play. So, I mean, 3 recovery, that's normal. It's just as a setup, and we know I'm not a big fan of just setup cards. But it does allow you to choose which, whether you want to put into play first, which can kind of help you depending on how you look at it. But her alter ego side is a 2 for me. Moving on to Clear Skies. Clear Skies is 4 for me. Permanent. It's a part of the weather deck. Each character gains Stalwart. Special, draw 1 card. I was playing Mansion Attack, so there wasn't really a need for Stalwart, but that draw 1 card is always amazing. It is phenomenal. Because the more cards you have, the more variety you have to play. I mean, that's all I can really say about this card. Moving on to Hurricane. Hurricane I put as a 3. It's permanent. Each character gains Retaliate 1 or remove 2 threat from a scheme. Retaliate 1, that's pretty good. I always want to try and make sure this was up whenever I ended my turn. So if I had cards that switched, I would use the ability to switch back to this. That way the villain or minions would get a Retaliate 1. Move 2 threat from a scheme. I mean, that's still pretty good. Could be higher, maybe. But I mean, you get Retaliate 1 still for it, so maybe 2 is how it evens out a little bit. But yeah, I rank that as a 3. We're gonna move on to Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm I put as a no, not 4. Put as a 4. It's permanent attack. Each character gets +1 attack. Special, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So as I was saying with the hero, this gives her 3 attack plus 2 damage, so 5 instead of 4. So this is a 4 because you get +1 attack, so she becomes a 3 attacker, and you deal 2 damage to an enemy whenever this special is activated. That's great. So that's 5 attack in 1 turn, unless somehow you can pull this out twice. Moving on to Blizzard. Blizzard I actually put as a 2. Permanent. Each character gets -1 attack. This is still very good if you switch to it when the villain or minions are attacking. Still very good. Special, choose a non-elite minion until the end of the round. Treat that minion's text box as if it were blank. Now, as I said, I played Mansion Attack, and for the minions, I mean, this could be very good. Especially with their text boxes, having you like either discard or stun yourself type deal. But I didn't really play it that often because the other three are, I think, better. I mean, the -1 attack is pretty good, especially if you don't want to get hit as hard. But I think the retaliate one is maybe a little bit better. Dealing damage overall is a much more better choice. Moving on to Storm's Crown. Storm's Crown, I put as a 2. 2 cost upgrade. Storm gets +1 thwart. Your resource, exhaust Storm's Crown, generates the printed resource on your weather support. It's a mental resource card. I put it as a 2 because, you know, it's a resource generator, and I usually mark those around 2 or 3. It gives +1 thwart. I mean, she already has 1, so it bumps it up to 2. Decent, but could be better. But basically, you're putting this down pretty much for the resource generator, not the +1 thwart. You're getting your thwart from somewhere else. Moving on to Storm's Cape, which I put as a numeral 4. 3 cost upgrade, it's an item. You get +1 defense and gains the aerial trait. Your response after you resolve the special ability on your weather support, exhaust Storm's Cape, Ready Storm. It's an energy resource. So get +1 defense, that puts it up to 2. Still not that great, but it buffs you up. Your response, so basically if you do your hero ability, or you attack, do your hero ability, switch out weather card, and then do that special. Exhaust this, Ready Storm up. You can attack for 3 more, especially if you swapped it for Thunderstorm. So yeah, that's why it's a 4, because it's always good to ready up, especially multiple times in turn. Moving on to Aurora's Garden. Is that right? This is a 2. Alter Ego action, exhaust Aurora's Garden, heal 2 damage from your identity. 1 cost support. I mean, everybody loves healing 2. I think her recovery was 3, so you can heal up to 5, which is pretty good, but it could be better. I'm not sure how it could be better. But that's all I have to say really for that. Moving on to Weather Goddess. Weather Goddess is, what did I put that as? That's a 4. 0 cost event, superpower, hero action, swap your weather support and play with the support of your choice from the weather deck. Resolve the special ability in your weather support and play. It's a energy resource. So this is a 4 because it's pretty much free to swap out the support. So if you have this in your hand, you can do that and use the ability on your hero card to do it again. So you pretty much get two special abilities in 1 turn. And also being able to ready up if you have the cape. That's why that's a 4, especially 0 cost event. Torrential Rain? Torrential Rain is another 4. 2 cost event, superpower thwart. Your action, thwart, remove 3 threat from among schemes in play. If Hurricane is in play, resolve its special ability. So basically, these are her threat removal cards, which when they have a low one, they usually have about 3 threat removal cards. Not cards in her deck that remove at least 3 threat. I think it's how they kind of even it out. And Hurricane, if you have that out there, this can be a 5 threat remover if you played it that way, which is pretty good as long as you've managed to do that correctly. Moving on to Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is another 4. We got a lot of 4s, but I mean they're decent cards. 3 cost event, attack power, here action, deal 8 damage to an enemy. If Thunderstorm is in play, resolve its special ability. So basically, this may even be better than Swinging Web Kick, because Swinging Web Kick is 3 and it deals 8 damage. But this, if Thunderstorm is in play, it deals an extra 2 damage. So this is an amazing card. This may, as long as the circumstances sit right, this is either equal to or better than Swinging Web Kick, in my opinion. Moving on to Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze is a 1. A 1 event, defense superpower. Here, interrupt defense. When the villain attacks you, the villain and each minion engaged with you gets -3 attack while attacking you in this phase. If Blizzard isn't play, resolve its special ability. Strength resource. Now, the only reason it's a 1 is because I didn't use it. Maybe once. But, I mean, it's still a good card, -3 attack. Like, if you play this on more difficult villains like Thanos or Ronan, for instance, that -3 tech can go a long way, especially with any minions they may have out. Go a long way. So it'd be higher if I was facing a different villain, but currently right now it was a 1, just because I didn't play it that much. Last but not least, Blast of Wind. Blast of Wind is a 3. 3 cost event, superpower, hero action, choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain and each when you engage with that player. Resolve the special ability of the weather of your weather support. So this is still pretty good. 3 damage to the villain and each minion. That could clear out most boards. And resolve the special ability of your weather support, so you can kind of plan ahead of what you want. You could deal 2 more damage to the villain if you flipped it to Thunderstorm, so 5 damage. So yeah, pretty good card. Pretty good stinking. Going back to our tier list, that is all the cards. So our overall rating for her is 8.5 out of 10. Really fun and really thematic, and also you really have to think about what weather you want out in the moment of what you're trying to accomplish. I guess if you're trying to thwart, you want to get out that hurricane, right? I don't even know anymore. Hurricane. But or if you want to go on an attack, you want to make sure Thunderstorm's out there. Or if you need to flip it and then flip back to Thunderstorm to get that special. Regardless, 8.5 out of 10. We actually have a 1 down here, so I took into account that. I think it's a pretty good spread. Let me know in the comments what you think of Storm's hero cards, what you think should be higher. Like I'm sure some people think they should be higher, but like I said, I didn't use it very often. Maybe on more higher villains, but that's why it's low. Let me know what you think. What do you think would be lower? What do you think would be higher? What do you think her overall out of 10 would be? And let me know. Other than that, you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week. Deuces.